Muted myself, and theoretically, we are live. Can you hear me, Tim?
I can hear you, Tom.
And the entire internet can hear us, Tim Mason.
Wonderful.
The
So
world
why
can
am
hear us.
I need to I need to find us on Facebook now. Where did you go to? Where did you send it to on Facebook?
So I'm pretty sure if you type in facebook.com/830 club /live, that's the link you want to go to.
Okay, I'm seeing this live there. Um, I'm gonna spotlight you. You're spotlighted for everybody, Tom.
I'm spotlighted?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that's fancy.
Don't you feel
yeah.
spotlighted?
I always feel spotlighted.
So now we need to. So you can let people go. We need to share this as many places as we can.
Yep, it's live. It's live.
It is live.
We're live. Now, whatever I do, don't just throw the meeting code into the comments, right? Like I did last time.
Yeah, that's right. We. I'm gonna put in the. I'm gonna put the link in the comments for joining us in Zoom.
So, but you can filter, folks. Is that how this works?
Well, what it's gonna do is they're gonna have to go through and say, I'm gonna put in $0 or more
Right.
for the cause,
Right.
and when they do that, they will get the super secret access
Right.
to join us live in Zoom.
Cool. I got a fancy background too. Now
Yeah.
You do.
I put my head right here. It's like I have little shiny horns. Jen, how you doing?
Good. I just, we have one of the ushers having internet problems, so he's switching over to his modem and hardwiring himself, which he should have done in the first place.
Right on. I'm hardwired to my internet here.
I'm hardwired.
Good.
Tom, are you sharing out through your channels on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm sharing 24-hour concerts, and I'm sharing on my personal page, and I'm sharing to the 830 page. I'm sharing to my YouTube page. There's so much sharing going on. We're all going to need the internet version of Valtrex when we're all done.
That, that's right. And
There's lots of sharing going on. We're sharing on Periscope. Got all kinds of sharing going on.
but tell us about the Special Nurses Fund. What is it?
It's not 7 o'clock yet. You know, it's not
I
7 o'clock.
know. Well, just tell people out there in Facebook land why they should join us in Zoom and make a donation.
Uh, it's all right. Okay, sure. Why not? Hey, Reed, what's happening?
Hey, how are you?
I am living the dream.
Oh, that's
We're just
good.
going. We're getting ready to bring artists to the forefront here.
Awesome, cool.
Yeah.
I'll mute my face and I'll
No,
mute.
don't do that. Don't do that. I I haven't seen faces. No, who's seen face? We want to see. Look at that face. How you doing? Look at that. I haven't. It's been a while since we've seen faces. We're
I
good.
know, I know, it's cool. I used to
All
be a
right.
phonophobe, and now I'm adapting because it's almost like a social survival skill. You have to do it.
I don't know how to talk to people anymore. To be honest with you. I talk to Tim twice a week, and I still don't know how to talk to Tim. He just asked me a question. I still haven't answered him.
Oh, well, then I'll shut up and let you do that.
No,
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 no.
no,
Like I don't know how to. I don't know how to talk anymore when asked actual questions. Actually, I went to Newburyport last weekend. I just went to get coffee in some shop, and I didn't. I would say like, what? I didn't know how to answer. I like someone asked me something simple like, "Do you want sugar with that?" And I didn't understand that they had to give me sugar because people aren't allowed to. I think he's gone.
yeah.
I
Never
didn't
been into
understand
that.
why do you need to know how much sugar is in the stand over there? But the stand's not over there because in COVID we don't have our own little personal sugar and milk stands, and I got very confused and I just froze. Shannon, you're muted. Where'd you go?
Yeah, I'm muted.
All right,
I'm just hanging out in my train car, waiting for the spectacular show to begin in 4 minutes.
Tim asked me what the Beth Israel Special Nurses Fund is. He asked me what the show's all about, and I still haven't answered the question. I'm building the suspense. Shannon, have you ever seen Tim murder? Because I might be the first if he hasn't actually murdered yet.
No, he's a hardcore pacifist.
Okay. You know what? Thank goodness for that, because at this point I think Tim's had enough of me. The Special Nurses Fund. I wondered exactly what the Special Nurses Fund is myself, so I called to ask. And basically, Beth Israel gets donations, and you can direct those donations to specific places if you want to. You can do your best to do that. And the Special Nurses Fund is a general fund. So during COVID, at the beginning of COVID, when basically the need for PPE was so heavy that for obvious reasons, they were like folks would need money. They needed money for this. So like, where can we get it? Where do we have it? Do we have it in this fund? Do we have it in that fund? And they would dip into that fund to get things like PPE. But in general, that fund when it builds up, and say it could be anything from a coffee machine in their own break room, something that just helps them get by day to day. It could be if there's a specific seminar that they wanted to send a group of nurses to, an educational seminar, and they needed funds to send one extra person. It's like, well, look at that. We have $1,000 in that fund. Let's send that person. Let's use this fund to send that person uh, to that seminar. So I just called. So this is the conversation I had recently and a while ago. I just called recently to re-educate myself with exactly what the fund is, and they told me they're building a new wing. I could have the money directed to helping with the new wing. They're building a new parking lot, there was ways to do like endowment, but that would be big money. I hope to get into that ballpark one day, like before the pandemic. What I want, I had more of a focus on getting something bigger happening where I could eventually make like even a scholarship fund where you're talking about 10,000, 20,000, $100,000, like big money. Eventually, with lots of benefit shows throughout the year and just donations from the ticket website. But after the pandemic started, that all got shelved. So for now, it's the Special Nurses Fund, and money's going to be directed to that. And the reason I'm doing that is because I had this extended stay at the Beth Israel intensive care unit a couple years ago, and I was we've all been in a hospital for something, probably, even if it's just a tooth extraction or something simple. But I was in a hospital 2 years ago, and I was unable, flat out unable to take care of myself. Like I wasn't allowed to get out of bed. I wasn't even able to get out of bed. Like I didn't stand for 2 or 3 weeks. And the level in which I was dependent on these human beings, physically for sure, but emotionally as well, uh, is astounding. And the level of care that nurses and nurses assistants and everybody involved in these units has to give to help folks, just patch them up and get them back out of there. It's astounding. The hours they put in is astounding. 12-hour shifts, multiple days in a row. Uh, it's really it's overwhelming, and I can only imagine right now. Even this late into COVID, these wards are still overpopulated and overwhelmed. They're not as overpopulated as they were towards the beginning of the pandemic or last spring, but it's just that's my personal connection. I was there, not during COVID, but I was there, and it's just you're just completely dependent on these humans, these angels with comfortable shoes. So this is one of these days. This will be even more. This will be a bigger thing than it is now. I'm babbling. I have nothing prepared.
Well, why don't you should have a comfortable shoe fund.
Yeah, well, that's the connection I'm going for, and the special nurses funded is the closest thing I can get to that for now. Because I did try to actually, I asked them, can I just like take the money and buy gift cards and give them to all the nurses? And you can't actually do that. There's like a Hippocratic oath type thing where they can't just take gift cards. You know what I'm saying? They can't just take gifts like that. So it's like after 7 o'clock, and our show has officially started. So I'm going to treat it as such. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Bianchi, and welcome to our show this evening. We have amazing talent here to play for you tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Any donations, any proceeds you give if you bought a ticket, or if you give to the links that are on the old interweb, are going to go directly to the Beth Israel's Special Nurses Fund, and they keep a fund there to basically help them with whatever the nurses in the ICU ward may need. Anything from helping nurses to be educated, going to seminars, to if the coffee machine breaks, they have a fund they can dip into and get the coffee machine going, milk and cream and granola bars, and anything those amazing people need down there at Beth Israel to keep them going and taking care of their patients and taking care of our community. That's it. That sums it up. That's all I have to say about that for now. Thanks for tuning in. We're on the internet. We got folks, while I'm looking at the numbers, we got some people watching on the old Facebook and all that fun stuff. And sitting here, I think Tim Mason is going to be your engineer. He's going to be pinning people to the forefront so you can see them on Zoom. In the background, we have Lisa Bastoni and Sierra and Andrew of the band Unnamed Colors. That's where the spot where you just clap randomly in your home and your people are in the neighborhood think, what the hell is going on over there? I want to be a part of that. Please share this link. The show is starting now. By all means, share the show. Sierra and Andrew are wonderful. Lisa Bastoni's wonderful. And I guess now what we're going to do is bring Sierra and Andrew to the forefront, and we're going to chat it up for a quick second. Sierra and Andrew of Unnamed Colors, hi, hello, how are you?
Hi, hello, we're good. How about you?
I'm spectacular. I tuned into your show. We've had you with the Burn Backroom series. I tuned into your online show, just a couple of oh, I guess I should shut my text off. But that's the honk is somebody actually donating to the show already.
Aw.
So yeah, that's hey. I did it. We did a good deed today already.
I feel like I'm on GBH or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like the GBH. It's the fundraiser. Hello, welcome. Today is the fundraiser. We'll get back to our original programming in just a moment, but I'm going to take this. Anyway, I'm going to say hi to Sarah and Andrew. I caught your show a couple weeks ago. It was phenomenal. You're in this world of online stuff. Your tech was phenomenal. And you sounded phenomenal. You really just I've heard the band before, but y'all as a duo, it really lets the songs breathe and flow. And tell me about yourselves and how you became the band. Were you a duo and then the band happened, or were you a band and now you're a duo?
Yeah, so we started as a duo. We were just talking to Lisa. She's out in Northampton, and we met at UMass Amherst when we were students, and we actually were in a different band way back, and the band broke up like a couple months after we met, and we kept going and writing together. So we've been writing and playing together ever since in the Boston area, and all around Massachusetts. And so then, kind of as that grew, we had a lot of songs going, and um, we brought in our drummer and our bassist, and became Unnamed Colors. So
Did you meet your unnamed colors bandmates here in Boston, here in town?
yeah, we're based in Newburyport.
Right on. East Coast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right on. Now tell me about you're a duo tonight, but tell me about you do have another band member there. I can hear him in the background.
We have two other band members with us tonight.
Two.
Yeah, they're both flighted. They both have wings. Um, they are very active on Twitter, tweeting a lot.
Yeah, on literal Twitter.
Yes.
The OG.
We were talking about this earlier. We stole literal tweeting from birds. We culturally appropriated birds, and that's messed up. And I think we should just shut down. I think, I don't want to take away free speech, but I think we should shut down Twitter. Fuck it. I said it.
It could be the worst thing.
Well, the birds are tweeting.
Not be the worst thing. So I was listening to your show and I heard the birds in the background. I'm like, are those birds? And it's like, and I loved it. I just loved it was so personal. I go down and do a show every year. I show every year. I started doing these shows at this place called No Place Special, which is some friends of mine on the Cape, and they have birds. It was a house concert, and they have birds. And this is years ago, and it was just you'd hear this you'd be either performing or listening to an artist play music, and you hear the birds kind of chirping along in the background. There's something so wonderful about it. I just love it. I just loved it.
Yeah, they love to sing along whenever we play, so it's kind of our backing track to our lives here. So
Right on.
they're very musical creatures.
You all been doing okay, pandemic wise, hanging in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, doing live streams when we can, and trying to keep in it, trying to keep writing, and various little projects. Maybe get into recording.
It's been an opportunity to explore, to do more writing and explore more writing, or like, because I imagine sometimes when you're promoting a show, you don't get to write, and have you treated this almost like a writing retreat in any regard?
As much as we can, I think. I mean, it's hard to make that just happen, to say like, okay, we're gonna write now and use this time to write. Because
Sure.
but we have as much as we've been able to. We've definitely had some things in the works, and we've been able to write a few new songs and play around with some new directions. So that's been fun.
Right on. Well, I'd love to. I think it's time for me to stop talking. I'm sure everybody feels that way. It's time for us to hear some music. How do you feel about that?
Sounds good.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sierra and Andrew of Unnamed Colors kicking us off. How about it?
So we're just going to share our sound here. There we go. All right. So we're going to play a song actually off of album that we released in June with the band. I think we need to
We kind of lost your sound, really.
Sorry.
Yeah, if you could turn yourself up, Andrew, if you could turn the input up a little bit, I think that would help us.
Sorry about that. Is everyone hearing us?
Still real quiet.
Yes? Okay.
Sierra's voice is very quiet. You can hear Andrew's guitar, though.
No? No? Sorry, I'm sure everybody is familiar with pandemic tech issues by now, huh? This is the way of the music world right now, and live streams. Bear with us. Thank you.
It's all right. We'll get it.
Could everyone hear the piano there?
I can hear. I mean, it's a little quiet, but I think you're okay.
All right. Okay. Let's okay. Put headphones in. All right. Well, while we're working this out, if everyone can hear me, I'll give you a little background of the song. So Come and Go is on Unnamed Colors album called Be Where I Am that was released in June. No, I don't actually need them though. We just need to plug them in. And it's kind of like a reckoning with yourself kind of song, coming to kind of a point of catharsis and realization.
I think you might try unsharing the computer sound. See what it does. You're sharing through your computer.
All right, we're going to give this a try. Sorry, guys. I think so. Can you get rid of that screen? All right. We're just going to go for it. So, if you could, can everyone hear us? Yes? Okay, we're getting a thumbs up, so we're going to go for it. So sorry, guys. Never seen a love so crazy, but I want it for my own. Lived a life but I got lazy, and I let the curtain fall. Hold me tighter than you need to, the grace of sabotage. Feeling empty but the spaces clawing at my walls, but I'll always come and go as I please. The moment that I met you, I should throw my balance off. I tried to fight it, but I let you make sand out of my walls. I'll play the role of another fool, because my hero wrestles with catharsis, and I'm living for the loss. But I'll always come and go as I please. Yearn to feel like I am one without the other. We made a deal. Let's find out another. You can leave me on the other side of my own barrier to find my way back home. You let me
never seen love so crazy, but I want it for my own. I close the curtain and I'll watch you come and go.
Ooh. Wonderful.
Hey.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, stand by. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Sierra and Andrew of the band Unnamed Colors. We're going to hear more from them. I'm going to say hello to Lisa Bastoni, and then I'm going to get out of the way and let these wonderful artists play some songs for you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the front, center, and spotlight, my good friend Lisa Bastoni. What do you say? Yay!
Yay! Hi, Lisa.
Hey, everybody. That was beautiful. I'm thinking about Tom and I had a conversation before this started without revealing too much. We were talking about our feelings about our own hearing our own voices recorded. And I feel like Sarah must be like, I sound awesome. Like all the time you have such a beautiful voice. And I'm like, oh God, when I sing. But that was really lovely. I'm psyched to hear more in a little bit.
Thank you so much.
I won't listen back to my own stuff, but I'll listen back to your stuff. This is a song that's called Wichita. I'm in Northampton, Massachusetts, and have been pretty much, with very little exception for the past year, like a lot of us, not really going anywhere, and I'm feeling kind of restless about that. So this is a song about traveling. This could be Kansas in the middle of August with the sunflowers and the heat, the yard sale signs, the bathtub Jesus. I am looking for redemption on these dusty streets. We could go this way, we could go that way, it makes no difference now. Keep holding on as long as you can with your head in the stars and your hands on the plow. And my thoughts return to that night in Wichita. We had the lonesome pool hall blues. The sun came up, we headed home, we had matching bird tattoos. We could go this way, we could go that way, it makes no difference now. Keep holding on as long as you can with your head in the stars and your hands on the plow. Singing from town to town till it was time to settle down. It was time to settle down. This could be heaven, even without you, though it's hard to admit sometimes. I see morning glories, climbing chain link fences, always reaching for the sky. We could go this way, we could go that way, it makes no difference now. As long as you can with your head in the stars and your hands on the plow.
Yay, Lisa.
Thanks.
Is that on Lisa? That's on it.
What's that?
What album is that on?
That's on The Wishing Hour
Mm.
from 2017.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite. I love that song.
Thank you.
Have you been, some folks are kind of like, okay, working, but not much to do. But you have two young ones at the house, and you're like, have you had time to pick up the pen and guitar and write some, or how have you been treating this pandemic from the creative artist point of view?
You know, it has not been a writing retreat at all. Like, I'm with my kids 6 days a week, and they're 6 and 8. So, but I have found that for my own sanity, I have to do something creative almost every day. Like, as much as I can, I've been trying to either paint or play a little bit of music.
And then when we were talking in the green room, you were mentioning to me a lot of your artistic adventures involve the kids. You're basically
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm using my creativity because I'm homeschooling them. So I'm trying to figure out, like, kind of building a little bit of a curriculum and following their interests and like, oh, you want to make a house out of cardboard? Yeah, let's do that. And then let's make it like a math thing somehow. Or like a writing thing. So it's definitely kept me on my toes this whole
let's
time.
make a house rhombus.
Yeah. We're like measuring stuff and using rulers and
Right on.
sides match, and yeah, it counts. It all counts.
Lisa, thank you for doing this for us. I'm going to get out of the way now. I'm going to, Sierra and Andrew, Lisa, you guys are on your own for a few songs.
All right.
You all met in the green room earlier, so have at it, rock stars. And again, thank you so much for doing this show this evening for us. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Lisa, that was gorgeous.
Thanks.
Beautiful song.
Good. Good.
Yeah. So are we playing now? Or?
Yeah,
I don't know how this is gonna
We're
work.
on
All
our
right.
own now, so
All right, we're on our own. Let's take turns.
We're doing parallels? All right. Okay, so this is another one off of that album I talked about earlier. It's called Parallels. Love can wait just like any heartbeat can cave to the currents of a moat around the castle where the princess she lives so long locked away. Her gossamer shell has golden brittle as she speaks through the wall. Vibrations in her skull can make waves in the wake of your cold dream lullaby. And when did our dreams become wrapped up so neatly? I don't think that we see through ourselves so clear. Big eyes glaze with condescension, like I'm living in a different dimension. Love can wait just like any heartbeat can play to the time of the flash of the thunder. And your lips spread with ease, they're dripping with the seas. I can only rise up or go under. I could be made your mother, I could feel just like any other. I know you could be anyone but me, and that ring in my ear as I Motes forming figure eights in my face, circling right through my eyes to my brain. Reflection sings to me of much fair game. Big eyes glazed with condescension, I could dream through your dissension. It's that mother of invention, like I'm living in a different dimension.
Yeah. That was awesome. Oh, is it my turn? All of a sudden my face got really big on there.
I did that.
Oh. All right.
Zoom.
This is a song called Nearby that I wrote with my friend Sean Staples. Everybody knows you till they don't. Some things you can't see when you stand too close. When you told me you were thinking of leaving town, I guess I always thought I could find you hanging out. And I never really saw it until now. You're as close to me as a coat in the winter, the family feel of a Sunday dinner, the kind of love where you don't even have to try. I was wasting time in all the wrong places, sifting through a river of faces. I was busy looking at the stars in the sky. You were so nearby. And with every empty, hollow kiss was a feeling of something that I might have missed. And now it's finally coming into view, how there's nothing I can say that you can't see through. And there's nobody that knows me like you do. You're as close to me as a cold in the winter, the family feel of a Sunday dinner, the kind of love where you don't even have to try. I was wasting time in all the wrong places, sifting through a river of faces. I was busy looking at the stars in the sky. You were so nearby. And I'm sorry that it took so long to see. It was all there, right in front of me. So maybe you could wait a while before you leave. You're as close to me as a cold in the winter, the family feel of a Sunday dinner, the kind of love where you don't even have to try. I was wasting time in all the wrong places, sifting through a river of faces. I was busy looking at the stars in the sky. You were so nearby, so nearby, so nearby.
Ooh, yeah.
All right.
So beautiful.
This one's called Changed. It's a newer one. Dreams split into screens, building sense in illusion. Time breathes slower and smooth. We are changing with our fusion. Fill a blank page for me. Smear your dreams between the lines. Rip it out. Let me wonder. Your thoughts like wet cement will dry, solidify with time. Bear the weight of going under. How can we know? Hold still. We've already changed. Questions crowd us with confusion. Heartbeat slow and smooth. Windows cracking webs of our delusion. Fill a blank page for me. Smear your dreams between the lines. Rip it out. Let me wonder. Your thoughts like wet cement will dry, solidify with time. Bear the weight of going under. Did you know? Did you feel my breath catch at the gate? I will wait until I feel your weight upon me. Dreaming synchrony in haze. Illusion fades. Are we changed?
Thank you. Oh, it's so fun to have people here live with us. These live streams we're used to just like an empty room and nothing after a song. So thank you.
Yeah, that was beautiful. It does make such a difference to be able to see other people's faces, I think. When I've done the
Yes.
Facebook live stream, it's very lonely. It feels like you're, yeah, totally all by yourself.
And like hearing a little bit of applause too after each song, it makes
Yeah, it makes a
Yeah.
difference.
It's nice.
That's well, special thanks to 830 Club and Tim Mason for pulling this whole room off.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, thanks for putting this together. It's fun. Well, I was looking through my notebook, trying to figure out what to play tonight, and this song fell out. And so I'm gonna play it, and also because I see that Tim and Shannon are here, And Tom, I know that we all remember Michael Troy. I wrote a song for him after seeing him play at the Burren, and it was really loud, and he was playing these really beautiful songs, and I just wanted to let him know that I could hear him. So the song is "I Can Hear You, Michael," for Michael and other friends we're missing these days. Well, I can hear you, Michael, singing about the mills, making sweet and sour candies out of life's bitter pills. Fingers light as butterflies, a voice rough as salt. The world has yet to make you famous, but you know that's not your fault. They'll come around, they'll hear the sound. Oh, Michael, every time you sing, a bell in heaven rings. Well, you cut your hands on fishing line, you've been knee deep in life, raising up your kids and writing love songs to your wife. Cat Stevens, Joni Mitchell, Bob Dylan and Tom Waits. Well, you've been humming to yourself and washing other people's plates. They'll come around, they'll hear the sound. Oh, Michael, every time you sing, a bell in heaven rings. And while we're here, might as well have another beer. Might as well, in this loud room, have another quiet tune. And I can hear you, Michael, singing about your friends. Some are lost, some are found, some are never seen again. And everything you have, you got by blood and sweat. That's what makes you real, and that's what makes you the best. They'll come around, they'll hear the sound. Oh, Michael, every time you sing, a bell in heaven rings.
Yeah. I was always under the impression that that song was from Burn, but what's the PJ Ryan's? I thought it was. We were there one night all together at PJ Ryan's where Michael was featured, and you. It was of the open mic that I used to host, and you showed up. It could have been the Burn or both for that matter, because I mean,
It was
Michael.
probably both. I remember the PJ Ryan's one too. But for some reason I think it was a Burn one. And then he came back to play the Burn later, like months later after I wrote the song, and I saw him driving around the circle of Davis Square looking for a parking spot. And he was like, "Lisa, I don't know where I'm going." And like I gave him a CD of that song, and he said, "Oh, you're such a sweetheart," and like
Yeah.
his voice.
Anybody who doesn't know Michael Troy, he was a beloved singer-songwriter who passed away some years ago. He raised his daughters, and I think he was retired, and he threw his hat back into the singer-songwriter performer ring, and he really wrote some of the most honest, straight from the heart songs, gorgeous songs. He was an award-winning songwriter, and he had a well-earned fisherman's grip of a handshake. He could tear your hand off with his handshake. He was such a great dude. We miss Michael tremendously, and that song that you wrote for him is really is. There's a tribute to Michael every year I believe, on his birthday.
Yeah.
The Narrows, yeah, usually. Thank you, Lisa. I miss Michael really a lot too.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yep.
And that song is just such a beautiful, well-fitting tribute. Yeah, a gorgeous song. Thank you for playing that one in particular tonight. Appreciate it. All right. Well, it's hard to host and Zoom at the same time. Okay. Hi, Lisa. Hey, there she goes. Yeah, Michael with South Shore. You guys in North Shore.
Yeah, I don't think we ever got the chance to see Michael.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, he's geez, I'm not sure. Shannon or Tim might be able to tell you. He probably passed away maybe.
I think it was 2017, 2016-ish.
Yeah, I would guess 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah.
His songs are all on Spotify, and there are a bunch of videos on YouTube as well, live.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Check it out.
Go to look up and check out for sure, you know? Yeah, nice guy. Honest dude. Love Michael. Yeah, I was doing a little bit of research for this show, and I was reminded, I looked at one of your press reviews, and there's been so many canceled shows and so much time has passed. Your CD release was canceled. It was one of the Burn Backroom series shows that was canceled.
Yeah, it was.
It was, yeah. We were super excited for it, and we like held out to the last minute. I remember like hoping like, oh, maybe this whole pandemic thing will go away. But
refresh me. Was it May, June? When was the?
It was June. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember at the very beginning of the pandemic, people were asking me, like, is the Burn going to close? And I remember my ignorant answer was, they're not going to close bars. They'll close gas stations before they close bars. I literally said that. I literally said, they'll close, the apocalypse could happen and bars will still be open. Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah, no one really saw this come in the way that it did. So,
but you released the CD. You released it's out there for listening for the taking.
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get a chance to celebrate in person. Just maybe a year and a half later. I don't know.
Well,
we'll see.
if I have the ability to make that happen when the club reopens, the Burn Backroom series in Davis Square, I would love to host y'all.
We'd love to do it.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, anybody listen, because I know in our Zoom links, there's a link to your website. But if anybody's listening on the social medias, it's unnamedcolors.com to hear the brand new CD. By all means, check it out. And I'm going to get out of the way. Play us a song, yo.
All right. Well, thank you so much for hosting today and navigating Zoom and music and all of that. So Tom Bianchi from 24-Hour Concerts, always awesome host. And thank you to Tim as well from 8:30. All right. What's that? Yeah. All right, so we're gonna do another one off of that album. And this song, I always say it's about empathy, which I think the world needs empathy right now, and always really. So this song is called Instrument. One little girl, an instrument of charm, propelling the world into big open arms. She must have cried out. She was only a child now. We cradle the shell
reconcile the pieces that rearrange to create a soul. And every space that makes us whole. A cloud full of storms, and the seasons will change. Your shelter, your home. Hold up when it rains. How many lights burned out today? What can we learn from the ones who went astray? We turn on our own, who'll be left to raise their eyes to the sky for us. Eyes to the sky for us, to reconcile the pieces that rearrange to create a soul. And every space that makes us whole. Who knew your life could be greater than anything you ever thought to hope for? And under the light, years just flicker by and place out for the instruments we are. Away from your God. We'll reconcile the pieces that rearrange to create a soul. And every space, and every space, and every space that makes us whole. Thank you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow. That's lovely. That's really lovely. Andrew, those guitars, you really make them sing.
Thank you. Thanks,
And
man.
we shared a couple of texts back and forth, I think. No,
Yeah.
I was asking you questions during your live show. Those are custom guitars that you play, correct?
They are, yeah. So it's a builder up here in Amesbury. It's the next town over from Newburyport. And he builds all these guitars by hand. He's a furniture maker by day and a guitar maker by night. And
Really?
yeah, he just has this whole operation going, one-man operation, doing it all himself, cutting all the wood, putting everything in there together, and just knows how to put together a really nice
And I
guitar.
think you have at least two of his guitars, correct?
Yeah, I have three actually, but one's over there somewhere. But
Are
yeah,
they all Telecasters?
they're all Tellys. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you really make that guitar sing.
Thanks. Thank you.
It's part of you, you know. It's some
Yeah.
people play the instrument and some people embody it, you know. It's really nice arrangements, nice tone. The tone that you have in your hands that comes through that guitar is really spectacular, you know.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate it.
and I'm curious, since we're on the subject of music and musicianship, Sierra, did the piano come first, or did the singing come first, or did they come together? When you were a little kid, did they give you a piano and said learn this, or were you singing and they said you should take up? Like, how did it all come together for you?
Singing probably came first. I've been singing for as long as probably longer than I could talk. But I come from a very musical family. My dad is a drummer and my mom is a singer-songwriter herself, and So music was just always around and part of our
Wow.
lives. So I actually didn't start seriously playing piano until I was a teenager, and I kind of connected with it at that point and started using it as a writing tool. So I wanted to create my own music. I started making up songs when I was a little kid, and it always just came to me. So
I think I would pay you the same compliment. Like you really, the way you play, you're not just playing the piano. It kind of you embody the piano, and your voice is just spectacular. And
thank
therefore,
you.
especially as a duo, you really embody these songs. You're not just I'm a performer who just kind of bangs away at songs. That's
Oh,
my whole
no.
mo. Whereas these songs really, you really kind of, and it's just make this one very cohesive, lyrical, and I don't even mean words. I mean it's just the cohesive thing, and boom, you create it here and send it out to the world. It's really something special what you guys do.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. And you're being modest for sure.
No, not really.
Appreciate the kind words.
Not really. I just kind of go, ah, and I've had a good time doing it. It's a true story. Yeah, you're gonna play some more for us, right? You can stick around. At the beginning of this whole show, I was like, this is how I'm gonna do things, and I'll stay out of the way till the end. But I can't. I can't. I have to put my. If there's a camera, I got to be on it. So I have questions, and someone's asking Andrew. Someone's asking the name of your guitar. Maker.
Oh yeah, right. Of course. It's Kargi Guitars. Karge.
Does he
Check him
make
out,
basses?
He does.
Inquiring minds. He makes basses, really?
He does make basses. Yep. He started out on guitars. He was doing mostly Strats or S type, T type guitars, and he has a few original models as well on guitar. But yeah, he's doing some J basses, some P basses. Check him out.
Of course, I know it's a pandemic, and I'm a concert promoter who's been unemployed for 11 months. But I think it's time for me to get a new bass.
Oh, I mean, well, I don't know if the camera will do it justice, but can you see that flame on the back of the neck there? It's probably not.
Oh yes, I do. Yeah. That's something else.
He gets all this amazing wood. This guitar is like 6.5 pounds. They're super light, but so resonant, and they're just unlike anything I've ever played. So check them out.
Well, maybe he'll cut me a discount if he can make a guitar out of an old coffee table I'm about to throw out.
Sure, good.
That's what my price bracket right now, I think. Cool. Lisa Bastoni, how you doing?
I'm so relaxed now. It's such a pleasure to be sung to. That was so nice. I love them.
Aren't they spectacular?
Same to
Aren't they a
you.
wonderful
So
duo?
nice. So I'm like
Lisa.
super chill right now. I'm like just enjoying being here.
Yeah, it's now you remember Gonzalo Silva, right?
Yeah.
It's they invoke in me a similar emotion. Gonzalo, like I tuned into to Sierra and Andrew a couple weeks ago online, and I was like, oh yeah, and it just kind of it got into me before I realized it, and all of a sudden I realized, like, in this ADD world of scroll click, all of a sudden I was in this show, and I was just like, oh my goodness, like this dude, they're spectacular.
Yeah.
You guys are too
I
kind.
think
Thank
when you
you.
get back to playing live shows, you're gonna have to bring your birds with you.
Yeah.
That would be something.
Stage set up.
Yeah, they're really part of it.
I love the birds.
I
Birds
really
are my
do.
friends.
Are they
They're good.
parakeets? What are they?
They're parakeets. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you taught them anything? Do they say anything?
They have like little whistly voices, so you kind of have to like get to know how they sound before you understand what they're saying. But they can say their names. They say like, "What are you doing?"
Wow.
They kind of have different whistles for different things happening and different responses. So they communicate a lot, and they're super smart.
See, I'd be afraid if I had parakeets, they would say, like, I can't believe there's no fucking coffee, over and over. Shit like that.
They do learn a
Get
lot
out of
in
the
their
bathroom.
environment.
One bathroom in our apartment. Get out of the who's in the bathroom? That's what my parakeets would say. Fucking pandemic. That's all right. It's I have a tendency to turn these things into comedy shows. I'm so sorry. Lisa Bastoni, what are you gonna play for us?
So I'm gonna play a song that I think is done, but there might still. It's very new. There might be some changes. I'm just gonna
something
try
new.
playing it.
Yeah.
So my 10-year-old winter coat, the zipper kind of broke, and so I used it as an excuse to buy a new coat. But I've been trying to buy consignment clothes because they're cheaper and are better for the environment and all that. So I ordered a coat from ThreadUp. I don't know if you guys know this website, ThreadUp. And it arrived, and I tried it on, and I'm feeling there's something heavy in it, and it's the wallet of the person who owned the coat before me.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah. So, like, I opened it up, and there's a driver's license, but you don't want to just send something back without checking, right? Because, like, somebody might have moved. Like, I have my old address on mine. So I'm like trying to track this person down.
Yeah.
And so, like, I put it up on my Instagram and Facebook and whatever, and said, like, if anybody knows this person, just her name. And then I found her, and then she wrote to me, and she said, I think we need to write a song about this. She's a writer. She lives in San Francisco.
So this person is a writer.
She's not a songwriter. She's a writer. like songwriting isn't real writing, but like she writes fiction.
She's a writer.
Right. She's like a real writer. So we've been like emailing back and forth. We wrote a song, and I think it's done. So I thought I might try to.
Well, we definitely want to hear this one. Thank you. Thank you for that story. That's
cool.
amazing.
So, and now we're like, well, we got to write more songs together. She's really nice. Like, I think I'm just so like, my days have been so monotonous that it's like, this is like the most exciting thing to happen in like at least 3 to 6 months, I would say. So, this is, I think we're going to call it Dear Katie. And I have to look at the lyrics still because I don't know it all the way yet. All right. I've had this like whole build up. I'm afraid I'm going to forget it now. Okay. Dear Katie, I found your wallet in your old brown jacket pocket. Maybe you were just cleaning out your closet. It's a good coat, I wonder why you didn't want it. I see you're out there in San Francisco, where the winters don't get so cold. If you could see out my window, pine trees are bending in the snow. Well, you lose a little something every day. Something big or small just slips away. You keep telling yourself it's gonna be okay. May it all come back to you someday. Dear Katie, maybe it's strange to be writing all of these words to a stranger. A whole lot of things are broken tonight, but if I could set just one thing right and get this blue wallet back to you, I think it's still what we're supposed to do. I hang up the coat, the heat clicks on, it feels good to send something back where it belongs. Well, you lose a little something every day. Something big or small just slips away. You keep telling yourself it's gonna be okay. May it all come back to you someday. Katie, what did we learn? What did we lose? What did we gain? And how are we to choose when to hold on and when to let go? Katie, where have we been and where do we go? Well, you lose a little something every day. Something big or small that just slips away. Keep telling yourself it's gonna be okay. May it all come back to you found your wallet in your old brown jacket pocket.
What a great song! What a great
Such
story!
a weird thing.
It's such a weird thing. Now, did you take the money? Be like,
No,
Katie,
I sent it back, and then she Venmoed me a little reward.
Let's do it. Maybe we do a rap battle. Dear Katie, took your money,
I
used
know.
credit
How
cards.
much do you really want it back?
That's Dear Katie, took your identity.
Right.
That's great.
I just can't believe like the whole chain of things that would lead to that happening. Like I still haven't gotten into it with her. Like, how did you like put it in a box to mail it into ThreadUp without noticing that?
Well, then it went through ThreadUp with nobody finding the wallet either.
Right, like it's got to go through. Like they've got to take it in, put a tag on it, put it on the internet. Like nobody at any point, and then send it to me. Like somebody else put it in a box to send to me.
Wow. That's
I
great.
love it when
What a
stuff
great
like
story.
that happens. It's my favorite.
Pandemic stories.
That's a great story.
This has been a great show. I think let's do one more round and let's wrap this thing up. What do you say? A little finale song action? Again, you guys, thank you both so much for doing this show. If you're just tuning in or didn't catch the beginning of the show, proceeds are going to go to the Beth Israel Special Nurses Fund here at Beth Israel Hospital in Boston, Massachusetts. I had the pleasure of being a resident there for a couple weeks. Couple years ago, and it made a huge impact on my life. And the nurses and nurses assistants there do an amazing job, especially like now during COVID, the amount of pressure they're under and the work they do is just unmeasurable. So again, all the money's donated here that we get. The proceeds are all going. They're all going there. I'm not keeping anything. And our artists are donating their time today, so we really appreciate everything you could do. This is going to be a monthly thing. Tim Mason and 830 Club is going to tolerate my lack of organization and hosting skills monthly. And we don't have a lineup yet for the following month, but we're going to have a lineup, and it's going to be awesome. And that promise I will make you. Ladies and gentlemen, Unnamed Colors, Andrew and Sierra, you guys ready to do one last song?
Sounds good. Thank you.
And by the way, we're all this Zoom room. We're all going to stick around. You're welcome to stick around a little bit after the show and hang out in the lounge and chat it up a little bit. I love this format, this 830 Club format, where we have this main room and we have green rooms for sound checks and we have lounge rooms. And so look for more shows with 830 Club. They're on their website, 0830club.com/Tim Mason is my friend, and I'm cool because of it. If anybody has the ability to look at particular people, you could find Tim Mason, highlight him for a little while. It's my accountant, poet, tech guy, Zoom guru, 830 Club master friend. Hey, and he has the ability to do it himself and pop in and say hi. What's up, Tim?
All right. Well, yes, thank you, Tom. 830 Club 0830 stands for August 30th, my birthday, and my collaborator for our big birthday party show is Dom Flemons. Some of you may know from the Carolina Chocolate Drops. We both share August 30th as a birthday. That's why it's the 830 Club, 0830club.com. We've got Tom doing these benefits for the nurses last Saturday of the month. Richard Cambridge puts together a Poets Theater. Last night we had over 70 people join us for a selection of made for Zoom original plays. And every first Friday of the month, Chris Chandler, the one and only, does a incredible variety show from a little flea circus stage. It's a merger of old school and new school. And we throw in some specials, and we're finding some other folks to help curate series. We're trying not to be the place for your solo live streams. There's plenty of people doing that. So we're trying to go with concepts here. And in addition to what you're seeing on the stream out there on Facebook and YouTube land, if you've joined us in Zoom, you will notice that there are breakout rooms. This is a lobby room where you guys can go and hang out. We do our after parties. There's a little quiet corner or a smoking lounge or a hole in the wall that you can grab somebody that you're seeing and go have a private conversation without having to be the center of attention for everybody. And we always have something in a gallery or two that is playing some pre-recorded content, some bonus tracks, if you will. So tonight in our gallery, talking about good friends that are missed, we have a tribute that we put together for the one and only Barry Crimmins. It's about a 4-minute little piece. So if you stick around after the show, you can pop into the gallery, get a little taste of what Barry's offering. Those sort of things are added as we generate good content. But that's all a feature of what you get, sort of the under part of the iceberg for the Zoom and the 8:30 Club.
Hey, so, Tim, can you tell Lisa about the Camp Com reunion?
Oh, yes. And on March 20th, we have one of our specials. It's the Spring Fling from Camp Com, Conroe, Massachusetts, or Conroe, Texas.
Oh.
And the Kerrville Folk Festival, Camp Callers. So we'll have Ken Gaines acting as the MC, and it's going to be it's going to be typical Camp Com. So it's going to be herding cats. And as you well know, CALM is an acronym, not any description of our behavior. And given that we're at the 8:30 Club, the best part about it is there are no parking hassles here. The bar is always open, and there's no dress code. So on the 20th, all of y'all, Tom and Danielle, of course, are veterans of Camp Com.
I've done my Camp Com time.
What is it an acronym for?
Conroe Association of Live Music.
Okay.
And there's a Camp Com in Conroe, Texas, and then there's the Camp Com that most of us are familiar with in the Quiet Valley Ranch, part of the Kerrville Folk Festival.
And it's
you
good
don't
timing.
have to have, and Sierra and Andrew, you don't have to have any special connection. You can just show up. There's a certain initiation that we'll have you do, but other than that, it's pretty safe. You can just come and join us.
Other than that, it's safe.
Right.
I swear to God, it's totally safe.
So the website is 0830club.com. And the way that all of our shows work is it's name your price. So you make a reservation and you can put in any number, including 0 or higher. And that gets you the secret credentials to join us in Zoom. So any of you out there in Facebook land who would like to come on in and join us in Zoom for the after party, that is the way you find us. So I think we've talked enough. Let's get some. Let's get at least one more lightning round of music going, and then we'll do the after party.
Sounds good. Sierra and Andrew, you ready to take us home?
We are.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's really cool to see all the different ways people have found to keep shows going and continue to be creative and, put music and art out there. So thanks to 8:30 Club and 24-hour concerts and all the people out there who are making stuff like this happen. And definitely for the Beth Israel nurses, I don't know how they do what they do in just a normal day, never mind during a pandemic. So please do support them because that's why we're all here. So we're going to take you out on a song called Set Aside.
I could save all the time you set aside for me. But a little set it all free. Wish I could claim things I know always weigh on your mind. Push them away or swallow them down. I know that you came with the right ideas in your head. I'll give my good soul just to make it more real for you, till we're long gone to rest. I try to talk to you, but my senses, they find me in vain. To live by the light, to fall like the rain. They'll rise up around us, our days become our private cityscapes, and funnel our light, the patterns we can't help but crave. I know that you came with the right ideas in your head, and I'll give my good soul just to make it more real for you, till we're long gone to rest. Well, I wish I had stayed up all night with you, listening for the sun. But time got away. Still to this day I can't say if it ever did come. No, I wonder where my heart can go. Beat a pace against my ravaged deer, and oh, something keeps calling me back here. I know that you came with your head up and your eyes wide open. I watch as you painted your beautiful pictures on a big heavy curtain. I know that you're here now with your heart hung out there. I'll give my good soul just to believe.
Yeah.
Thank you. And it's been such a pleasure being part of this and hearing Lisa Bastoni, hearing your music. It's just beautiful. Enjoyed meeting you today.
Good to meet you. I can't wait to get an update on your rescheduled release show at the Burren.
Thank you.
Love to be there for that. Well, am I supposed to play a song now?
Yeah, somehow I made my camera go away. I have no idea how I did it. I can't spotlight myself to put myself in this picture. But my voice is here.
Right. I know you're there.
Yeah, I am
thank,
here.
thank you for hosting. It's so good to see everybody. And yeah, I'm really happy to do this. I think about the nurses a lot. Just what a difficult job they have right now. So if this helps, I'm more than happy to.
I'm not. I think did Sierra say like what they do in normal times, let alone
Yeah.
COVID? When I tell you, like, I was there for like 2 weeks, 2.5 or something like that. 9 or 10 days I was completely unconscious in a coma. So I don't know what they could have been terrible. They could have been poking me with needles. I wouldn't have known. But for the days I was conscious, like there was a screw up in meds on the last day. This one woman, she worked her entire day. She stayed. They're already doing 12-hour shifts, and she stayed like an extra 2 hours because she was the nurse that had already been going back and forth with like pharmacies on a Sunday trying to figure shit out. Like it was like the day I was getting released, and she stayed an extra 2 hours to straighten me out. It's like 12-hour fucking shifts.
Yeah.
And like she's just like, I can't leave you like this. Like, I mean, they were amazing. Like the amount of work, Sierra, that song that you played where you were talking about is about empathy. I listened to those lyrics. So, because talk about empathy, I mean, it's the bedside manner you have to be a nurse in an ICU unit is just have a wall of steel too to just absorb any impact of what's coming at you. It's really something else. I mean, y'all, thank you for mentioning that, Lisa, and thank you for doing the show. I mean, you really hit the nail on the head with what they must be going through and what they go through on a normal basis. And thank you for doing the show. All right, I'm talking too much. Nobody wants to hear me talk. Everybody, thank you, Sierra and Andrew, so much. You guys are wonderful.
Thank you so much.
And I can't wait to host a proper in-person CD release show or any type of show. And thank you so much for doing it. Stick around. We'll chat afterwards. We'll shoot the shit in one of our green rooms over here, one of the lounge rooms, wherever Tim Mason tells us we're going to go. Lisa, you going to take us home?
Yeah, I guess I'll. What's that?
In this musical portion of the evening?
Sure. Well, I guess I'll play a song about empathy. This is called "Beautiful Girl." For my daughter. Still have not written a song for my son, but I'm working on it. A girl in the woods with a knife and a loaf of bread comes upon a pack of wild, hungry dogs. She'll use the knife to cut the bread, making sure they're all fed, and maybe save a little for herself. 'Cause it's alright to be gentle, and it's alright to be kind, and it's alright to be brave and scared. I want you to know that I love you more than anything in this world. I want you to know that you're a beautiful girl. And when you were a baby and I held you in my arms, sometimes we'd look out at the stars together. To the moon and back I said, I tell you now so you won't forget, so you'll remember when the going gets harder, that it's alright to be gentle, and it's alright to be kind, and it's alright to be brave and scared. I want you to know that I love you more than anything in this world. I want you to know that you're a beautiful girl. And someday when you're older and you feel a little lost in the woods with a knife and some bread, well, I hope you'll build a fire, spread your blankets in the sun. I hope you'll still see there's enough for you, and there's enough for everyone. And it's alright to be gentle, and it's alright to be kind, and it's alright to be angry. It's alright to change your mind, and it's alright to be fierce, and it's alright to fight, and it's alright to be happy. It's alright to cry when you need to cry, and it's alright to be gentle, and it's alright to be kind, and it's alright to be brave and scared. I want you to know I'll always love you more than anything in this world. I want
Lisa, before I let you go, can you show me your Bernies? Can you show everybody your Bernies?
Yes.
Can we see your Bernies?
They do sit in a little chair. I don't have the chair right next to me, but so I made one of these like a month or so ago, and I sold it, and then I got some requests for some more. So now I've got a little boatload of Bernies. These are going to be like the Bernie mitten guys, like in the chair.
That's awesome.
And
Bernies.
a bunch of them, the other ones don't have their shorts on yet, so
Oh dear.
I won't show those. But
They must be cold.
they're chilly. So I did it as a fundraiser. I sold it for $75, and all the money went to Feeding America, which was cool. I was really psyched to do that. And then I just found out today that the woman who bought it is offering it like a Bernie rental sort of thing. Like if somebody makes a donation to a charity, she'll lend them her Bernie for a week. So there's like more donations happening just with it. So I'm hoping that these little guys will also go out into the world and create a little chain of
That's
assistance.
awesome.
We need it. So that like made my day today to find out about that. So
That's
those are
awesome.
the Bernies.
For the folks on the interwebs, I'm gonna shut down the Facebook stream, the YouTube stream, and all that stuff. But that's not gonna shut down the Zoom feed. It's just gonna cancel out. So goodbye, Facebook. Goodbye, YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Thank you for your donations, everybody, and we'll see you next. We'll see you the next last Sunday of the month. So